Hey guys, so today I am going to be coloring in my drawing of Kuroo from Haikyuu, the anime Haikyuu. I still haven't watched the show, so I can't make that many comments on like the characters and their personalities. I've only seen some clips. I kind of just picked from ones that I liked so far to draw, but yeah, if you want to see my Bokuto one, it's in my drawings playlist. So yeah, so I'm going to be using R13, which is Scarlet, to color in his jacket. It's just one of those animes that I want to watch, but I haven't gotten around to. Again, it's like I still haven't gotten around to quite a bit of animes that I wanted to watch. I did used to have a list, but I lost that list. Like I made it in high school, but that was so long ago, so I don't really have a list anymore of animes that I want to watch. So I'm gonna have to go and see what animes I wanted to watch again, like remember all of them. Haikyuu is one of those animes that I heard of, but I never really got into watching, so it's just one of those things that one of those shows that I kind of just pushed back in terms of that, but after seeing some clips, I'm kind of interested. It is about sports though, and usually I'm not into sports, so I don't watch any like sporty animes. Um, so this is kind of new to me being into it, even though I'm not into like the whole sporty thing. But I heard like it has a really nice storyline according to one of my friends who said, "Oh, you should watch it." So I was like, "Okay," but I still need to find how where to watch it cuz I have Funimation, but they don't have Haikyuu on it, so kind of a bummer. Especially cuz like Funimation I paid subscription for, and they're not a bad app. Like I'm not complaining about them. It's more so cuz they don't have quite a few animes that I wanted to see. So it just became this thing where it's like I only use it to watch My Hero Academia. There are some animes on it though that I wanted to watch. So again, not like it goes to waste. I'm just coloring around first and then I'll be able to use the chisel tip to color in the rest. Just because it's such a big square area. One thing about the anime though, they have like track jacket, like track, like these jackets, like the one that Kuroo's wearing in this drawing. So I kind of want to get these jackets because I bought, yesterday I just purchased the Kageyama one from a cosplay website. Um, I probably will wear those often, like regular clothing. And I know because it's cosplay, you shouldn't be, but I feel like the style you can kind of get away with wearing it as like regular clothing. And I heard like some people when they buy like these nice school uniform outfits that are cosplaying for different anime characters, like a YouTuber was saying, "Oh, I'm going to wear it as like an everyday thing. Like it can be worn as everyday." It's kind of for the school uniform ones though, it's kind of a bit, I would say, bold to wear. everywhere just because it's not like usual clothing. But I guess for Haikyuu outfits, you can kind of get away with the fact that it's an anime outfit because it looks like a sports workout outfit. So it's not gonna like be strange when you're walking around in it. Now I'm going to switch to the chisel medium broad tip. This is the chisel tip. I think it's called chisel tip. I usually never use the chisel tip, but I slowly decided to use it because over time, if you use the brush too much, and then when you're running out of ink, the brush kind of gets ruined. So it's better to use all of the different brushes, I guess, for like if you have a bigger area. Again, this isn't like My Hero Academia where I know that much about the characters, so I can ramble on for like 20 whole minutes. But it's still a really like nice anime that I want to watch. My Hero Academia is just one of those things that like because I watch all 4 seasons that are out so far, and I kept rambling on every time I drew the characters and I just kept going and going, and like every day I talk about it with my friends still, and like my friends are into it so they don't mind like talking about it, but I feel like I just keep going on and I sound like a broken record. Like in like my YouTube videos for drawing, they're in my drawings playlist if you want to see those characters if you're into anime. But I warn you, I kind of sound like a broken record half of the time because when I'm drawing, I'm just like rambling on about each character that I'm drawing, and it's kind of this thing that I really like those specific characters that I chose to draw, so it's just what it is. I feel like sometimes artists and people get kind of criticized for like liking characters or like the style of like games and stuff or like anime or like shows even though they haven't seen them at all. One second, I'm going to switch markers. I'm going to use R15, which is geranium to shade. If I can open it. The issue with it, it's like it's summer, so my hands are sweaty, so it's kind of really bad because I'm trying to open markers and then the whole marker just gets stuck. And my caps have been stuck recently a lot. Okay, got it. So yeah, so I feel like a lot of artists kind of get this whole like, oh, if you didn't watch it or you didn't see it or you don't know anything about it, you shouldn't be like having it. And I kind of understand that, like I get it, because if someone stops you, like if you're like wearing a shirt and like you don't know anything about like a fandom and you're wearing it, it's kind of awkward because then people are like trying to talk to you about it, but then you don't know anything at all. But at the same time, I feel like you should be able to like whatever you like in terms of like, if you haven't seen something, it's okay to like it cuz a lot of the time when I go for like anime and stuff and the shows, I end up liking the artwork the most. So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I do like the storyline, and usually I only watch if it's like a really nice storyline, but at the same time, you have to understand, like, as an artist, you kind of appreciate other people's art a lot. So it's just like every time you see other things, you kind of just get into it, even though you don't know anything about about like the shows or the characters. And for me, the biggest thing that like I've been into that I haven't even played or like know most of the storyline would have to be like Kingdom Hearts, cuz it's so complex and it's a bit confusing. And for me, I personally didn't like get too into gaming, even though like sometimes I say like, oh, I'm a gamer. I don't really game that often. In fact, like my brother games almost every day while I just don't do that at all. And most of the time I spend my time doing other stuff like watching videos and stuff like that. So you can see like I'm not a hardcore gamer. And with that being said, like again, kind of makes sense when people like stuff that they haven't seen or like didn't fully get into. So yeah. But that's kind of why I didn't collect much like Kingdom Hearts stuff in my room. Like when it comes to collecting, I usually only collect things I've seen like for anime and for like different shows and stuff like that. But in general, I would say that's just um that's just because when it comes to maybe spending money, I prefer not to buy stuff that I don't know. But sometimes Kingdom Hearts has like tempting merch, like there's like heartless plush and stuff like that, which is super cute. I'm going to use a green gray. Sorry, I meant WG 0.5, which is actually a warm gray, and to shade the white shirt a bit. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, sometimes you just get into stuff that you've never really experienced fully, like shows. And I think that's okay. Like, I won't judge people for that. I know there's some people out there that's like, oh, you can't do that. And you, and like, they're like, you can't get stuff from a show or merchandise from a show that you've never seen or like even have knowledge of. But I think it's okay because the reason why they created like different art styles and stuff like that is because it caters towards different people. But if you're not into the story but you really like the artwork, still I think there's a lot of animes out there that have like really pretty artwork, and I would totally like get merch of that if I knew what they were. But at the same time, they are tempting even though I don't know anything about them. And I think that's just the whole concept of it, that the art is really eye catching so that way people like it. But yeah, anyways, that's all I could ramble on about. But yeah, so here is the overview of Kuroo. I have to say, his, yeah, the shirt for the sweater kind of looks a bit orangey rather than a dark red, like with like a light red with like a hint of purple inside of it, which is what it looks like in the show, from like the references that I've seen. But I don't really have a marker that's like that unless I go to like really dark markers. So yeah. But anyways, I think overall he turned out well, except his face kind of looks a bit off. Like I think it's because my style, so the face kind of looks a bit off, but he does look a bit more rougher in the show. It's more pointy, but I tried my best because in different angles it does look like he has a square jawline. So yeah, it's a bit more pronounced, and so I tried to capture that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in the description box below all my social medias there. You can go like and follow those. Process work of Kuroo will be posted on my social media, so if you want to see all the process work of my drawings, make sure to follow those. And my Bokuto one, as I said before, is in my drawings playlist. If you want to see my other drawings as well for like different animes or stuff that I've created myself, you can check out there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!